You pick up your phone for 1 second and suddenly 20 minutes disappear. You open a video to learn something useful. But after 30 seconds, your mind starts begging for something faster. You try to read, but the words feel heavy. You try to work, but every small discomfort makes you reach for stimulation. You cannot sit in silence. You cannot focus for 1 hour. You cannot finish what you start. And the worst part is this. You know your life is slipping. But your brain keeps choosing the screen. This is what people call brain rot. But do not treat it like a joke. Brain rot is not just internet slang. It is the slow destruction of your attention, your patience, your ambition, and your will. It is when cheap dopamine becomes stronger than your goals. It is when scrolling feels easier than building. It is when instant gratification becomes more attractive than long-term mastery. It is when your mind becomes so overstimulated that real life starts to feel boring. And when real life feels boring, discipline becomes painful. Studying feels painful. Training feels painful. Working on your future feels painful. Even thinking deeply feels painful. A man with a rotten mind does not need chains. He carries the prison in his pocket. He thinks he is free because he can choose what to watch. But if he cannot choose to stop watching, he is not free, he is controlled. The ancient samurai understood something modern men have forgotten. The greatest enemy is not always outside you. Sometimes the greatest enemy is the restless mind that refuses to obey. A warrior with a scattered mind is already defeated before the battle begins. Today, your battlefield is not feudal Japan. Your battlefield is your attention. Your enemy is cheap dopamine. Your weapon is discipline. And if you want to escape brain rot, you cannot live like a consumer. You must train like a warrior. The anatomy of mental slavery. Modern technology does not attack your body first. It attacks your attention. And attention is the foundation of everything. Your ability to learn, your ability to focus, your ability to build your body, your ability to make decisions, your ability to control emotions. If your attention is weak, everything else becomes weak. That is why modern platforms are designed like traps. They do not wait for you to choose consciously. They pull you, a notification, a vibration, a thumbnail, a sound, a short clip, a new face, a new argument, a new fantasy, a new hit of stimulation. Scroll, refresh, click, watch, repeat. Your brain is being trained to crave novelty without effort, pleasure without sacrifice, reward without work. This is the easy path. The easy path gives you pleasure now and weakness later. The warrior path gives you discomfort now and strength later. The easy path says, watch one more, start tomorrow. You deserve comfort, rest a little longer, think about it later. The warrior path says, stand up, focus now, train now. Endure boredom, do the hard thing before the easy thing. Every day you are voting for one of these paths. A student opens his book but checks his phone every 5 minutes. A young man wants to build his body, but spends the night scrolling instead of sleeping. A creator wants to build a channel but watches advice all day and never creates. A man says he wants freedom but cannot survive 1 hour without stimulation. This is not lack of knowledge. This is lack of mental command. Brain fog appears when your mind is overloaded with stimulation but empty of direction. You consume hundreds of pieces of content but apply almost nothing. You save videos. You bookmark advice. You make plans. But your life does not change, because information without discipline becomes mental noise. A foggy mind makes weak decisions. You hesitate, you delay, you overthink, you chase comfort. You abandon long-term goals for short-term pleasure, and slowly the man you could have become disappears. The samurai would not call this harmless entertainment. He would call it a mind without a master, and a mind without a master becomes a slave. So how do you escape? Not through motivation. Motivation dies quickly. You escape through systems. 3 ancient Japanese principles can help you rebuild your mind. Kaizen, Shinrin-yoku, Mushin. These are not aesthetic words. They are weapons. Cure. 1. Kaizen. Defeat laziness with micro-discipline. The first cure is Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement. Small improvement, daily improvement, quiet improvement. It is not about changing your entire life in one dramatic moment. That is how weak men fail. They get motivated at night and create a fantasy. Tomorrow, they will wake up early, train for 2 hours, read 50 pages, eat perfectly, delete every bad habit, become a completely new man. Then morning comes. The body feels heavy. The brain resists, the phone is close, and the fantasy dies. Why? Because they try to attack a lazy brain with a massive demand. The brain resists sudden pain. But Kaizen works differently. It slips past resistance. Instead of saying, "I will focus for 3 hours," you say, "I will focus for 1 minute." Instead of saying, "I will read a whole book," you say, "I will read 1 page." Instead of saying, "I will transform my body," you say, "I will do 10 push-ups." The weak man laughs at this. 1 minute, that is nothing. But the disciplined man understands. The first battle is not intensity. The first battle is starting. A rotten brain wants everything to feel easy before action begins. Kaizen teaches you to act before you feel ready. 1 minute of focus is not supposed to change your life immediately. It is supposed to break the wall of resistance, because once the body starts, the mind often follows. This is how you trick the lazy brain. You make the action too small to fear, then you repeat it until your identity changes. A man who studies for 1 minute every day is no longer a man who avoids studying. A man who trains for 5 minutes every day is no longer a man who does nothing. A man who writes 1 sentence every day is no longer only a dreamer. He has entered the path. The samurai understood this through repetition. He did not become skilled by waiting for perfect motivation. He repeated the cut, again, 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 small corrections, daily discipline. No drama, no excuses. Here is the modern Kaizen challenge. Choose 1 weak area. Focus, training, reading, business, learning. Then choose the smallest possible action. 1 minute of deep work, 1 page of reading, 10 push-ups, 1 sentence written, 1 minute without your phone. Do it every day for 7 days. You can do more, but you cannot do less. Never miss the minimum. This builds self-trust, and self-trust is the foundation of discipline. Most men do not hate discipline. They hate themselves because they keep breaking promises. Kaizen gives you small promises you can keep. Every kept promise sharpens the mind. That is the first cure. Start small, repeat daily, become undeniable slowly. Cure 2. Shinrin-yoku. Reset the overstimulated brain. The second cure is Shinrin-yoku. It means forest bathing. But do not misunderstand it. This is not about taking aesthetic photos in nature. This is not about pretending to be spiritual. Shinrin-yoku means entering a natural, low-stimulation environment and letting the nervous system come down, walking slowly, breathing, observing. No headphones, no scrolling, no artificial input. Why does this matter? Because brain rot is not only mental, it is physical. Your body is constantly being pulled into alertness. Notifications make you react. Fast content trains your attention to jump. Bright screens keep your brain stimulated. Noise keeps your nervous system activated. Your body begins to live as if something is always happening, even when nothing important is happening. That is why silence feels uncomfortable. That is why boredom feels painful. That is why sitting alone makes you restless. You are not calm. You are overstimulated. Real life feels boring because artificial life has been designed to feel too exciting. Nature reverses this. The tree does not flash. The sky does not notify you. The wind does not demand a reaction. The forest does not entertain you. It restores you because it refuses to overstimulate you. At first, this feels boring. Good. That boredom is the addiction being exposed. Your brain is used to cheap dopamine. So when you remove the screen, the mind panics. It says, "This is pointless. Check your phone." Nothing is happening. But that is exactly the point. Nothing is happening. And the rotten mind must learn to survive that. The samurai lived close to natural rhythm. Dawn, cold air, rain, stone paths, wooden halls, silence, breath. Their training was not separated from the natural world. The environment shaped the warrior. Modern men live under artificial light, surrounded by constant stimulation, then wonder why their instincts are weak. If you want your attention back, you need low stimulation, you need boredom, you need silence, you need walking without input. Here is the Shinrin-yoku challenge. For 7 days, take one 20-minute walk without your phone. No music, no podcast, no messages, no camera. Just your breath, your body, and the world in front of you. Walk slowly. Relax your shoulders. Breathe through your nose. Look at distant objects. Trees, clouds, buildings, the horizon. Do not try to solve your life. Do not force deep thoughts. Let the mind clear itself. If you cannot access nature, sit on a balcony, walk in a quiet street, or stay in a room without your phone. The key is low stimulation. No cheap dopamine. No escape. After several days, your cravings begin to weaken. Your thoughts become cleaner. Your body becomes less reactive. Your ability to sit with discomfort improves. Your brain starts remembering that real life is not supposed to feel like a slot machine. This is Shinrin-yoku as a weapon, a rebellion against the machine that profits from your distraction. The warrior does not let the world decide what enters his mind. He guards the gate. Cure 3, Mushin, destroy overthinking with clear action. The third cure is Mushin. Mushin means no mind, but it does not mean stupidity. It does not mean being empty like a dead thing. It means the mind is not stuck in fear, not stuck in hesitation, not stuck in emotion, not trapped by mental noise. In samurai tradition, Mushin was the state where action became clear and immediate. The warrior did not freeze thinking about every possible outcome. He did not argue with fear. He did not drown in analysis. He saw, he breathed, he moved. Modern men desperately need this, because brain rot does not only make you distracted, it makes you indecisive. You overthink everything. Should I start? Should I wait? What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I choose wrong? So you sit there, thinking, planning, consuming more advice, looking for certainty, but certainty never comes. And while you think, life moves without you. A samurai in battle could not afford 10 thoughts before one strike. One hesitation could end him. That is Mushin, not thinking less because you are empty. Acting clearly because you are trained. Here is how to practice Mushin today. First, reduce the decision. Your brain becomes weak when every task feels too large. Do not say, I need to fix my entire life. Say, what is the next clean action? Not the perfect action. The next clean action. Open the book. Write the first sentence. Do the first set. Put the phone in another room. Drink water. Start the timer. Send the message. Clean the desk. Mushin begins when the mind stops negotiating and the body moves. Second, use one breath as a trigger. Before action, inhale once. Exhale slowly. Then move immediately. Do not give the mind 10 seconds to create excuses. Breath, decision, action. Third, create rules before temptation arrives. If it is morning, the phone stays away for the first 30 minutes. If you sit to work, only one tab is open. If you feel the urge to scroll, you stand up and breathe. If you feel lazy, you begin with 1 minute of Kaizen. If your mind feels foggy, you do 20 minutes of low stimulation. These rules create freedom, because freedom is not having endless options. Freedom is not being controlled by impulse. Mushin also affects the body. When the mind stops overthinking, the body becomes cleaner. Breathing improves. Movement becomes smoother. Tension decreases. Reaction becomes faster. You stop wasting energy on internal arguments. That is why overthinking is exhausting. A man can spend an entire day doing nothing and still feel tired because he fought 1,000 imaginary battles inside his head. Mushin ends this, not by giving you perfect peace, but by training you to return to action. Here is the Mushin challenge. For the next 7 days, when you catch yourself hesitating, use this rule. 1 breath, 1 decision, 1 action. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for confidence. Do not wait for the perfect mood. Breathe once, then move. The rotten brain says, think more, wait more, consume more. The warrior mind says, see clearly, breathe once. Move now. That is Mushin, mental clarity forged through action, the warrior's manifesto. You are living in an age where weakness is profitable. Your distraction makes companies money. Your addiction keeps platforms alive. Your laziness creates consumers. Your brain fog makes you easier to influence. A weak attention span is not a small problem. It is the beginning of mental slavery. Because if you cannot control what you look at, you cannot control what you think about. You cannot control what you become. The modern world wants your mind soft, reactive, hungry, restless, addicted, easy to manipulate. But the warrior path demands the opposite: stillness, precision, discipline, delayed gratification, clean action, unbreakable resolve. You do not escape brain rot by wishing for focus. You escape it by training your mind daily. Use Kaizen. Start small. Build proof. Keep promises. Use Shinrin-yoku. Disconnect from noise. Return to low stimulation. Let your nervous system breathe. Use Mushin. Stop overthinking. Reduce the decision. Take the next clean action. This is how you reclaim your mind, not in one heroic day, but through repeated acts of discipline. One morning without the phone, one focused minute, one walk without stimulation, one decision made without hesitation, one moment where you choose the warrior path instead of the easy path. Do this long enough and something changes. Boredom becomes bearable. Silence becomes powerful. Focus becomes natural. Discipline becomes identity. And one day you will look at the distractions that used to own you and feel nothing. That is freedom. Not the freedom to consume everything, the freedom to not be consumed. So tonight, do not make a dramatic promise. Make a small one. Put the phone away for 1 hour. Sit in silence for 60 seconds. Walk without stimulation. Do one clean action you have been avoiding. Begin there, because the warrior is not built by intensity. He is built by return. Return to silence. Return to discipline. Return to the path. Your mind is not dead. It is buried under noise. Dig it out, train it, sharpen it, guard it. Because a man who owns his mind cannot be easily controlled, and a man who cannot be controlled becomes dangerous. If you are ready to rebuild your discipline, reclaim your focus, and walk the warrior path, subscribe and join the clan. The path continues.